All right, the time is now 6:30. So let me do this. I'll start it off for you and then we'll continue on into the, when we get to section B, we'll go forward. But for the Town of Plainfield, the Charter Revision Commission special meeting agenda is for tonight. And this is February 18th. The time is 6:30. And we'd ask for a roll call.
June Gagney.
June, thank you.
Virginia,
Roz?
Virginia San Pietro.
Thank you.
Linda Stratton's.
Thank you. And I heard Frank in there, right?
Yes.
Excellent, thank you. So that's just the first roll call. What we'd like to do is I will I'll help you out with letter B, which is the election of officers. I will entertain a motion to go through the list of officers. We're going to be looking for someone to be chair, someone to be vice chair, and someone to be secretary. So what I'm going to do is open the floor for nominations for chair.
I'd like to nominate Roz.
I'll second that. This is Lynn.
So any other nominations?
I'd like to move to nominate June Gagney.
So making sure I write these down as we go.
I'll second that.
Okay, so my pen's not working, so bear with me. So Virginia, you do the Roz.
I did, yes.
Okay, and the second came from Lynn.
Yes.
Thank you. We had Frank, who nominated June. And who did the second?
I did, Roz.
Roz.
Thank you. Okay. Any other nominations for chair? Hearing none, entertain a motion to close the nominations.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay, nominations are now closed. We'll go for votes for chair for Roz. All those in favor for Roz as chair, say aye.
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 Virginia and Lynn. Okay, all those in favor of June for chair, say aye.
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 Okay, we'll go slow on that one. That would be Frank. Roz, did you?
Yeah, I voted for June.
Okay, and June, your vote? Did you
Yeah, I
vote?
did. I voted for me.
Okay,
If I
So
can,
we'll-
I didn't.
Yeah.
that's okay.
You can't.
Yeah.
So, all right, so we have a chair that would be June. We'll go now for nominations for vice chair.
I'll nominate myself for vice chair.
I'll second that. I'll second.
Roz and June. How about that? Any other nominations for vice chair? Hearing
I
none,
move to-
entertain a motion to close nominations for vice chair.
I move to close nominations.
I'll
Okay.
second that.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. And we'll now take the votes for Roz as vice chair. All in favor, say aye.
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 That takes care of that. So now we're looking for nominations for a secretary. Open the
Nominate
floor for
Jenny.
nomination.
I'll second Jenny.
Who was the person who nominated Virginia?
Lynn.
Thank you, Lynn.
I'd like to nominate Lynn.
Is this one of those I'll get you back things? Do we have a second then do we have a second for Lynn?
Come on, somebody.
Come on,
Very
you
not-
have the experience.
Yeah. Hearing none, we'll entertain a motion to close the nominations.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Nominations are now closed. All in favor for Virginia for secretary, say aye.
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 It's not that bad, Virginia. It really isn't.
She loves it.
I've done it before.
All right. All right. So we have our slate there for chairperson June, vice chair is Roz, and the secretary is Virginia. Thank you very much. I'll leave it now to the chair to continue on with item
Okay.
6.
Okay, we need to establish a schedule of meetings. So we have this paper did everybody get the paper that Kevin
Yeah.
sent?
The timeline?
Okay,
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, with a proposed timeline. Is
Yeah.
Thursday good for people?
Yes,
It's
for
fine
me.
with me,
every-
yes.
Well,
Fine
depends on
with
the
me.
Thursday for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was wondering about that because I usually have a economic development on Thursdays on
Yeah.
this third. Is it the third right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we're
Thursday
at the
seems to be
third.
a popular meeting night.
Not at town hall. It seems like most of them are Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Really?
So, I mean, I can miss economic development if I have to. It depends
No.
on if we have Zoom or not. But we've been doing them live at the town hall, so it's been hard to get there.
How long before we're doing in-person meetings?
Good
Well,
question.
I can answer some of that for you. The intention here is to review all of the governor's orders, which will be taking effect on the 18th or 19th of this month for March. And once I review them, I can give you a better answer. The capacity for indoors is going to be 50%, which is for our town hall will be 100. I just want to make sure that we are all set with that, and I will concur that it's something. It's about time. But I definitely want to make sure that through the state of Connecticut and the powers that be will help us out by making sure that we can come back in place. Of course, when we do that, you have to follow all the guidelines, which is, of course, the masks, making sure we separate out in the hallway, and allowing for plenty of space for anybody who wants to come in to participate as a member of the public, so that we can do that. But I will look into that for you. I promise to get back to you by your next meeting.
So our small group falls into the parameters of the 100 indoors? Or
You would include
capacity,
your
I mean,
group.
50% capacity?
Yeah, you would
Okay.
include your numbers as part of that 100 for your 50% capacity. Our hall holds, I think, is 350 people. I could be wrong on that number, but so 50% is more than that, but they hold a threshold of 100 for internal meetings. So
Okay.
we'll be fine.
I doubt if we'd have more than that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yes,
You never know, but
Maybe towards the end.
Right. Of course, our public meetings, when we want to have their public input to talk about their suggestions and concerns and questions and ideas, those will probably be the ones might get. I know in the past you've had maybe 10 or 15 people that come to those meetings, and that's
Mhm.
pretty good.
Yeah,
So once you set your next meeting, I'll get your answer for you for that meeting.
what, you mean whether it would be Zoom or in person?
Yeah.
Okay,
so we need the next meeting to take place soon, right?
Yeah, I would think
It's
so.
a public, isn't it a public, it's a public hearing. The second meeting, I believe.
You'd probably want to start off your first meeting with, where you're going to go from what
Okay,
you've
which
learned from the past.
Topics. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, topics first and then public hearing. So we need to
Yes.
set the next meeting date, which would be a Thursday, right? We agreed on that.
yes.
yeah, yeah.
So, we've got, next week is, we have a workshop, right? Like FOI.
Yes,
Is
you're
that
all
next-
welcome to attend. I think you've all gotten the emails, right?
Yes.
The FOI workshop next Thursday,
Yeah.
6:30 from Tom
So,
Hennick.
If we,
what if we shoot for March? Oh,
I have a question about the FOI workshop. If we've done those before, do we still need to attend?
No, I would suggest one thing though. If you had any certain questions that you wanted to, get answered, but you have other commitments, I would just forward the questions to myself or Tom Hennick, and we'll see. We definitely answer specific questions about things that are going on or things that have happened in the past. Just
Okay,
make sure that you're represented.
but I guess as secretary, I need to be there anyway, right?
Oh,
Okay,
You do know that I'm going to be recording that meeting anyway, so that way it's, and also I think Martin and June might be doing the video recording, but I'm going to do a Zoom recording of it too. So it'll be
Okay.
available for people who, if they, in case they can't get to it, to hear some of the things that are going on.
I don't have the paper in front of me. What's the date and the time now? I forgot. I mean, I don't have it.
Yep, bear with me a second. I think that we're looking at, it's supposed to be, I think,
have-
Thursday, the 24th.
The
25th.
24th?
Yeah, 25th, Thursday, the 25th at 6:30 PM. All members can attend and ask questions or have input into what they've seen.
I'll
wanna
have to
know
do
just
it by Zoom.
clarification.
That's one of my Thursdays that I'm booked, so I'll do it by
But
Zoom.
it is definitely Zoom.
So if we agree, the next Thursday is March 4th.
March 4th, okay.
Would that be a good time to bring up our topics and discuss what we want to propose for changes? To
I think-
start discussing?
For me, it would be.
Yeah, that's fine
Yeah.
with
I
me.
think
We need to vote on that, right? Yeah, okay. So I'm looking for a motion to make the next meeting March 4th.
I'll make a motion that we schedule the next meeting for March 4th at, what's the time?
6:30.
6:30.
All right, I'll second that.
Who was that, the second?
Lynn,
And
Oh, thank you, Lynn.
you're welcome.
And all in favor?
Aye.
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 Bye.
So we'll make that meeting.
And that'll have to be Zoom too again, or we're not sure?
we'll get that answer before that meeting. I'll make sure I
Okay.
reach out to all of you.
Good, because I really don't like Zoom.
I know me.
Not for this.
Nobody.
I think the initial
agree.
meeting should be
I don't know which is better, masking or Zoom. I
masking.
Masking.
You won't see me
Masking.
making faces at you.
don't- Making faces what nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Okay, so
Oh,
we don't need to make the entire schedule yet, right?
Correct.
The agenda. you can-
Okay.
good.
So, yeah, we've got that. The next thing on our agenda then is public participation. Do we have any public participation or regarding the schedule and everything on the meeting? The officers and I believe because it's a special meeting, it involves the schedule and the officers.
I just have one question, because I don't have your potential schedule in front of me. Do you have any guidelines to on that form that you got as to when you have to make meetings, whether a week in advance or whatever it is?
Yeah, do they have to be warned, these meetings?
Yes, they do.
They do.
All of these meetings need to be warned, so you could do it in multiple fashions. You've already said you would like to meet every Thursday or on
Right.
Thursday. At the next meeting, I would suggest that you come up with a calendar that gets you all the way out to the time where we actually go on to the November election, so you can put it onto the ballot. So I can help to do that if you'd like. I can kind of draft
Okay.
something up that gives you an idea about when things have to be done. Remember that you have public hearings. You have at least the public hearings through your commission, but also the Board of Selectmen have public meetings as well. So
Mhm.
we have those hearings to allow public input in multiple fashions. So I'll see if you don't mind, I'll help to draft up
Oh,
something
please.
for you.
Sure,
Oh,
that's fine.
Input would be great.
Yeah,
That way, if it's all drafted up and ready to go, you can vote on it as a
As
continuous
a group.
group for all of those meetings and set the dates, and we can get it ready to go up on the town calendar.
that's
Okay,
good.
Sounds good. Any other public participation? Oh, Mike Broughton?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted a bit of clarification on that as well. As you and Mr. Gagné had pointed out, this being a special meeting, that you wanted to hold off for any input on suggested changes until the next meeting. Is that
Mhm.
correct?
Excuse
Yes.
me, Mike, can you tell me your last name?
Oh, sorry, this is Mike Broughton.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's okay with everybody?
So you can make a suggestion so we have it for our next meeting, right? And not bring it up then?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Yeah. a
Yeah,
little before, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Sure, might as well then. If I may.
Go ahead.
I do have a couple. Some of you
You
may
put
have
that
been
in
familiar.
writing to us? Sorry. Can that be
Absolutely.
in
Making a
writing?
coffee.
Okay.
I'll make sure to get it in writing over to you. But I did have just a couple of brief suggestions. I know that a couple of us on the side and informal occasions have tossed around a couple of ideas. The first one is pertaining to Chapter 4, Section 4-1, subsection A, if anyone is following along with the actual charter. This is regarding elected town officers. In particular, I'm referring to the Board of Selectmen. A suggestion that I would like to see implemented, a change in there, is to change the Board of Selectmen term to 4 years. Many of the large projects that are extremely beneficial to this town take a significant amount of time and effort to implement. I feel that a 2-year term doesn't really give someone a chance within that same term to really see a lot of these projects go through. From the time that they're elected, they're almost immediately going into some sort of other election cycle, whether it be at the state or federal level. And then immediately after that cycle is over, it's time for that person to start, that board to start running again, if that's what they're doing. Which leads me directly into the next suggestion that I had. If you want to scroll down to sections E and F. Town clerk and tax collector. I know that this was brought up in a previous meeting by someone else as well, is that both of these positions, the position of town clerk and the position of tax collector, are a very specialized position. They do require a lot of skill and a significant background. When someone, of course, is on the Board of Selectmen or Board of Finance or Board of Education, it certainly helps to have a good background and a firm understanding of those particular types of boards. But town clerk and tax collector, you definitely need a very specialized skill set. Say, God forbid, that our tax collector decided not to run for re-election and there was no one else that wanted to do it, and someone just said, heck with it, I'll do it. And they got elected. They could certainly screw things up quite a bit. I know that if I was tax collector or town clerk, I would be screwing up left and right. So I would suggest that that we follow suit of many other towns in our region and move those to appointed positions, appointed by the Board of Selectmen. Those are the big suggestions that I had. Thank you for the time, Madam Chair.
Hey, we'll discuss those. We'll put them down on the list.
Got it written down.
Any other participation at this time? Otherwise, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Who was,
Nay?
who was
It was,
the second?
Lynn
Okay.
into the
Can I-
second.
Can I just make sure who was on this meeting too? I know Roz and June, and Lynn and me and
And Frank.
Kevin.
Frank.
How about Frank Mills? Is he
Frank's
here?
there, yep.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
that's a yes. And how about Ron? Ron Desjardins?
Nope,
No, that's just the email.
Just
that's just the,
Lynn.
yeah.
Oh, so he's not on the committee?
Just Lynn. It's a
It's
joint
just Lynn.
email.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I've got everybody. Thank you.
Okay, I guess we're adjourned.
All
Thank you
right.
very much, all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you on the 4th.
Okay, see you soon.
See you. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.